Welcome to today's video. My name is Lela and this is Paint and Draw Together channel. In today's video, I would like to talk about painting details in watercolor, such as this butterfly here. In the previous videos, you've seen me paint this, or at least we talked about it, and in larger areas like this or like this sleeve, we can certainly employ wet in wet technique. We wet the paper, we drop the color, and the color mingles and flows in different areas. And it's not exactly necessary to have every piece of paper covered exactly with that color and every detail exactly where it should be, because the area is pretty large and we have large flexibility. However, when it comes to painting butterfly, which has a lot of details, the story is quite opposite. Here we definitely need to pay attention where our colors go, especially considering that good part of this butterfly is black. And if we put that dark color on any of those white dot areas, then they are permanently lost. So to avoid that, when we are painting very detailed subject like this, what I have tendency to do is I outline and guard the areas which have to stay white or relatively light, or in a color which should not be at all compromised with subsequent color layers. Like here, yellow and this orange needs to stay vibrant because that's natural color of monarch butterfly. So in painting detailed areas, the best option is to actually use smaller brush and paint wet on dry, which is we take this wet color and then we apply it exactly in the area where we want. Like here, we have black, and if I want to paint around this white area here, then I will have high level of precision where that black goes. And that way I can completely be sure that that white area is completely guarded and preserved. So when painting detailed areas, it's always good to paint and guard the areas which need to be preserved, and then slowly in multiple layers build the color strength and intensity in the areas which it needs to be built. In this case, I outlined those white areas, and now I can freely go in between and fill that with probably 4 or 5 layers of color which is equivalent to black in order to build that depth and intensity. And only then that butterfly would really look realistic, because that's how monarch butterfly looks like. And here is how butterfly looks like after we applied 1 layer of black paint. In order to achieve deep dark black, which we are after, we will have to apply probably 3, 4 or more layers of black. And different areas will have different depth, because that's how that naturally looks like. Some will have maybe more bluish hue, some will have more magenta hue, and some might even have a tint of brown in it. So all those variations of black will be applied in subsequent layers. But all of them start with a basic black mix. And while I can certainly go and pick ivory black, which I have on my palette, and paint with it, I find it to be a little bit dull. So in order to make it more vibrant and more alive black, I mix combination of 3 pigments and then obtain that really vibrant and luscious black, which I'm using here. And as a bonus, it's transparent. So I can apply it in multiple layers and I would still have some light glowing from the bottom of the paper through all those subsequent layers above it. To mix this basic black, I use magenta, phthalo blue, and phthalo green. And just by mixing and looking at it, I obtained this neutral version. Sometimes it's sold as pre-packaged tube paint called Payne's Gray or neutral tint, obtained pretty much in the same way, deep dark red or magenta red combined with phthalo blue and phthalo green. And that way you get quite nice, beautiful, and luminous black to use in your watercolor paintings. Now let's go and apply subsequent layers and then see how that looks like at the end. After I applied another 2 layers of black mixture, here is how our butterfly looks like. It is almost done. There is small little area here along the edge which could be darker and could be emphasized with the black paint if I intend to leave background unpainted, which I don't. I actually do plan to paint background. So this is as far as we wanted to bring this painting forward before we actually approach the next stage, which is painting background. So stay tuned for that in the next video. For now, thank you for watching. Have a great day and see you in the next video to see how I painted background.